now. They're not changing their performance capabilities. They can do the same thing that we're seeing in the air and possibly in space.
Rather than using something like a jet propulsion engine that blasts fire out the back, but they're doing something that alters
that, then the way you experience time inside that bubble is perhaps fundamentally different than the way you might experience space-time outside that bubble, because you're not subject to the effects of gravity, which would explain perhaps the tension potentially.
quiet.
Sure. And I want to preface here, I'm not fear-mongering.
No.
But look, if I was military.
So this came with the trem system, but this little vise where the trem arm goes was loose. So I removed the trem unit from the body so I could take the plastic off. And then what I need to do is put a little bit of Loctite on there and get this really screwed in there, because I don't want to have to take this off again to tighten this. So let's do that first. It didn't come with a bar, so I picked one up. It didn't come with a bridge, and I picked this one up. This is a 9.5-inch radius bridge. Did come with the thimbles, but they're already in here, so I don't have to worry about that. Just have to adjust these little height grub screws, and then we can fit it in. I also got new Graphtec saddles, so we'll be installing these as well. I picked up this neck on eBay. It's a Squier Jag neck, so it's the proper 24-inch scale length. And I did give it a fret job. So it does have an Indian Laurel fret board. It's got the plastic block inlays, which looks really classy. And it has that typical kind of vintage stain on this maple neck. It didn't come with tuners, so I bought some. We're going to install these. It does have this dent in here. That's how I got it so inexpensively. So it's not necessarily a dent, but it's more like the paint and the lacquer chipped off. So what I'll do is I'll try to match the stain and fill that in so it's not so visible. It also doesn't have a nut, but that's okay, because we're going to go with all Graphtec. So I do have a Graphtec nut. We also have the Graphtec string trees. So I'll be using one Graphtec string tree, the Graphtec nut, and we have the Graphtec saddles on the bridge. Picked up these Geiger locking tuners. These are the vintage style tuners that'll fit in these existing holes with the existing screw holes, but they're locking tuners. So these are the vintage style tuners with the skinny posts and the little metal buttons, and they're locking, which is kind of cool. So as far as strings are concerned, we need to use flat wounds. We're going to use these chromes. These chromes by D'Addario are a silky smooth. Your fingers just glide on the strings and they have such a mellow tone. So now we just have to pick the gauge. Now this is the point where you have to kind of make some decisions based on your tuning. Do you want to be in C standard, B standard, or A standard? And based on that, you're going to get either the 12 to 52s or the 13 to 56s. Now, I know for a fact that you can reach B standard and C standard with the 12 to 52s. If we want to go down to A, we might want to go to 13 to 56.